For more than 40 years, American universities have taken a person's race into account during admissions. But that may very well come to an end as the fight against affirmative action has reached the United States Supreme Court again. This time around though, Indian Americans are in the thick of things. How? Why? We explain. Affirmative action is a practice used by some US universities that consider race as one of many factors in their admissions. The program is aimed to increase diversity in admission and to account for the massive history of discrimination in the United States. But now, the Supreme Court is hearing two cases that challenge race-based admission policies: SFFA versus Harvard University and SFFA versus the University of North Carolina. The lawsuits have been filed by the Students for Fair Admission. SFFA is an anti-affirmative action group of students founded by conservative activist Edward Blum. It claims to have 22,000 members. Many Indian Americans oppose affirmative action, and some are even part of the SFFA. The group claims that many Indian Americans who believe that they were wrongly rejected by the universities are among its members. Vikas is one such student. He claims that he was rejected by Harvard University despite the perfect test score. He also attended a deposition as part of the earlier hearings, where he was questioned by lawyers representing Harvard. Indian Americans who oppose the program say that affirmative action adversely affects their admission chances. Why? Because it considers race as a factor against meritocracy. Second-generation Indian Americans say that it is hypocritical in a country which values meritocracy above all else. In a country where their parents were given a chance to live and work because of their skills, not their race. The SFFA argues that affirmative action programs by Harvard and the University of North Carolina violate equal protection principles, they break the promise of a colorblind society, and discriminate against Asian Americans. The group are urging the Supreme Court to overturn a precedent and say that schools should explore and further develop race-neutral alternatives to achieve this diversity. The SFFA say that just by changing an applicant's race from Asian American to white, the admission chances go up from 25% to 36%. If you change it from Asian American to Hispanic, chances soar to 77%. And lastly, if you change it from Asian American to African American, it boosts your admission chances to 95%. So in short, here's how they claim Harvard and UNC see them. But now, let's see what opposing sides say about affirmative action. So supporters of affirmative action point out that the benefits women gained from the policy in the past is evidence of its success. Sounds simple enough. But its opponents say that now that the policy has already succeeded in making the US richly diverse, they are no longer required altogether. Experts say that affirmative action improves diversity on college campuses and enhances the educational experience of students of all backgrounds. But the SFFA contends that UNC and Harvard are violating civil rights law by treating people differently because of their race, specifically by discriminating against white and Asian American applicants. The US Supreme Court last discussed the issue in 2016 in a case against the University of Texas and upheld the affirmative action program. But since then, the US Supreme Court has become much more conservative, given the appointment of conservative justices by former US President Donald Trump. Given its 6-3 conservative majority, it is fair to say that affirmative action is certainly in danger.